Okay, now we see this DLAB will be let IC, not using too many IC. However, we have to deal with E4. That's a PIO. Okay, input output. In your computer, okay, any computer will get this IC. However, these are basic. Now they can be more function, okay, more things they add into it, but they still working the same. Okay, for the circuitry here, you already know E1, 541 buffer. You can send data to port A. However, in order to go to the output port A, you have to enable E1. Okay, and this data going back to U2, same thing, buffer already enabled, and you can verify data from U2. And basically, now you get a U3 decoder, input ABC, and depend on ABC. You can select output Y0 to Y7. Only one output can be low at a time. Okay? Basically depend on pin number 6, enable must be VCC. Pin number 4, enable must be route. And pin number 5, they connect to PD0E. If you want U3 working, PD030E 04 must be 0. Okay? And now, I'm talking about U4. Okay, U4, they get the input data in and out. D0 to D7. And that basically, you can write data you want through U1. Then enable U1. Data will be ready here. Okay? U4 equal PIO. Input output. Okay? What they get port A, 8-bit, port B, 8-bit, and port C, 8-bit. So the data can go out to port A, or data can coming in to port A. Same thing for B and C. If you want it go out, they go out. If you want it coming in, they coming in. Okay? And that will be controlled by PB. Okay? pin number 5, read. Pin 36, write. Okay. A0 for pin 9, A1, pin 8. That is the input. Okay, now let's see. If you want to get more information, you go to the web, copy that, okay, into the web, and they show you. You see that? When we try to get into it, you go to the web, okay, and they given to you. Did I see? I try to explain to you. Not much, but it's too long, okay? You want it, you can go to the website I given to you. Okay, you can see that I see here for 40 pieces, okay? And they will be 82, 55. And that they just telling you what pin doing what. You don't care. We don't care about that. That's internal, okay, of the IC. Now, that's what you pay on the tension. A1, A0 equal 0. Okay? Read equal 0. That means you want to read. That means the data from port A will go to the data bus. If you're looking into here, this is the data bus right here. Okay? So when you say you read port A, that means the data port A will be go to data bus. You read port B, B will be go to data bus, and port C same thing. Okay? Depending on A0, A1, 0, 0, you deal with port A. 0, 1, port B. 1, 0, port C. Okay? And when you get A0, 1, A1, 1, okay, 0 here, that means you read you read the control bit, okay? And another table here telling you send data to port A or B or C. So same thing, 00 A, 01 B, 10 C, 111. That means you write to the control. Okay? So basically, they get two functions, either write to port A, B, or C, or reading data from A, from B, or C. Okay? However, before you want to decide that, you have to write to the control. You're telling the I want to write data to A, or write data to B, or write data to C, or you want to read data from A or B or C. That will be write to data bus control. Okay? And now you will be saying, okay, this is a control. Mode 0 configuration, control word 0. 8-bit, that will be 80. That means if you write to the control 80, that means you want 8-bit A go out, B going out, and C going out. So basically, depending on the control word, and they will be telling you which one in or which one out. And now control word number 2, that will be 0882. For this control, you want the IC 8-bit A out, 8-bit C out, 8-bit B in. Okay, so that's just telling you whatever you want port A or B or C, in or out, depend on control word. Okay? If you get a question, let me know. You can see in here they get too many different control words. That will be 80881. A out, C out, a half, C in, a half, B out. And this control will be 83, A out, 4-bit, C out, 4-bit, C in, and B in. Okay? So now you understand what A or B or C or D. What pin you want out, what pin you want in. You have to write the control word. You see that? They little different in or out. Okay? So any question around about the control word here? You have to understand in order to do the lab.
Are we going to be having to use all of these different control words, or are we just going to have to use the two control words that you have in the Excel file?
Using the control word depend on A or B or C or D. You want out or in. In here, they're already telling you. For example, for this one, okay, that means 91, right? 0891. If you're looking into that, you see, okay, A in, C out for bit, C in for bit, B out at bit, depending on your selection, okay? But if you want to control what you have to go into this table to select what you want. Now, in here, first thing, you test number 1 and 2. Easy. That means you send data you want, verify you two. Guarantee that the output while in here be good. Okay. Now, the next test, what we want to do, I want to test you for port C. That means first thing I send data to port C, and the port C connect to U6 input. The IC 245. Okay. I set the direction at logic 1. Data from A will be go to B. Then I enable U6. So data will be connected into U2 and you verify. That means the U4 port C, they can send the data out for you. Okay. Next step, next test will be, I test U4 will be receive the data on port C and verify. That means U4 pin C will be receiving data. Okay. Then the first step you have to program control U4 for port C to be input. Okay. And now U6 connect into here. You can send data U to U1. And they also go to U6. And U6 will be go into port C. And now you reading U4 port C. That will be verified. For U4 port C can send data out, can read data in. Okay?
Okay.
And now, to test the memory here, you have to apply a thread. And you have to apply data. And you exercise for write, okay, enable. That's normal. So when you start doing that for memory, you have to write the control. Control what to use for. That means you want to use for send A data out A. That connect to address only data A just coming out. And you have to control U for port B for data here. If you want to write data, you program port B to be out. If you want to read the data, you program port B to be in. So you can see that are very simple compared to the path memory test. Everything will be controlled by U4. So that is the schematic for you for the DLAB13. Okay? And make sure after you pass on 13, keep this circuitry. The next lab we adding the converter circuitry to this lab. Okay? So
Okay.
you don't have to build it again. You only build the circuitry only.
Okay.
That saves a lot of time. Okay, so any question to that circuit?
So on Monday, if we have, you're gonna do Zoom on Monday, or are we gonna be able to ask you questions about coding, stuff like that?
Okay. Yeah. After this meeting, I will be upload the software. That means the program.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
For this circuitry.
okay,
Okay. But we'll be asking you few things to do on that. But you just follow that and you can get the program running.
okay,
No problem.
okay.
Okay. Like the
Mhm.
test number 1, number 2, I can make it completely. However, from test 3 or 4 or so on, you need to thinking. Okay. How can we do?
Okay.
Okay. So
So
this will be
on
done
my, we'll work on it this weekend, and then if we have questions, we can ask you on Monday.
perfect. Right.
Okay.
So we doing this way can helping you try to get through the lab done more quickly. Okay.
Mm.
That means you get a problem. Everyone get different problem. Then you can talk to me on Monday. That will be helping you to get it done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to asking about this circuit? Okay. If it's not, let's see, I go to that, what is it here? Okay, what I telling you, you go to the website, copy that, then you can go to that website. And this website telling you everything, like I
Okay.
just showed you. Okay? The thing,
Yeah, all the control.
yeah, too many things.
Yeah.
The thing is too long. I cannot make a copy anyway.
Okay.
Okay. And port A, port B, port C. Okay. Just
Hello.
telling you what pin we're using. Okay. For what? Okay. And like if I say port D, if I say I want write data Okay, then you understand the memory enable have to be 1. Okay, and memory write have to be 0. UT enable have to be 0. And this one a weak one. Okay, that means you have to get, I think that should be 0, this 0, so they will be U1 enable. Okay, U6 direction, we don't care. Only thing you test number 3, you need it. And this is a port C. Okay. Now, it is the one. You need to go through it.
Professor, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you open the schematic again?
Open what? Quick one. Schematic.
Yeah, schematic.
Okay.
Yeah, I think U5 number 18, it should be connect to port B number A, not number 6,
Why?
because
It is
on your program you just use port B number A.
that in the past.
Oh,
That in the past. This is a currently a pin port D. I can change any pin I wanted. Okay. So
and U4 number 5 on our file is connect to port B number 1, not number
now
4.
you say right now what pin?
It's
You see right now what pin?
number 4 pin 5. In your file it connect to port B number 4, but in our file it connect to port B number 1.
That is to do not upload the new one. The currently.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, go ahead and see. This is currently, I already upload this one.
Oh, 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 okay. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Upload the currently.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got the new one. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, May. Thank you. Thank you, Professor. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Reprint.
Okay, basically the test requirement. Let's see.
Yeah.
Test U1, U2, U3. Test U3, U4, U6, and so on. Okay. Test memory data 55. AA. Okay. Test U4, U5, U7. Data here. Memory ADC data. Completion memory. You have to reading through that. Okay. Function requirement. You have get this function right, control what you want. Enable U1, enable U6, and so on. For write to U4 port A. What that mean? That mean you want data write into port A. That will be in that function. write to you for port A. What data you want? Okay. Write data to you for B. What data you want? Okay. And let's see. We have to get another one. Write data, write to you for port B. So we need another one. Write you for port C. Okay. And you can read you for port C. Read you for port B. The thing about A, you're using a address to the memory, you cannot read it. Okay. So that will be changed. Okay. I will rechange that. Okay.
Maybe color it. Color it so you remember. Give it a color.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say that. No problem. I will upload that one. Okay.
Okay.
After the meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is the function definition. Why they say write control word. What control word you want? Okay. You know, I already telling you. You want I out, B out, or C in, C out. That from the IC control word. You need to enable you want. And then you write that one here. Okay. You see the port A. That means A0 right here. 00. Port A. Okay. 0 means you read. 1 you mean you not read it. Okay. That port A. And the next 01. That's for port B. And 10 for port C. Okay. So basically, depending on, okay, what you want to write to port A or port B or port C. Okay. And now in here,
Okay, bus control.
that means write to control. Okay. we already telling you before you working for U4, you have to write a control. To telling you port A or B or C, which one out, which one in, before you're going to do anything. That you have to get, this is a function definition, okay, for write control word, okay. Write to memory, we already get along with that. You write set port D, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So before you want to write to the memory, you have to write address to memory. You have to write data to memory. Then you call the function write to memory. Okay? Now, this is the function apply memory address. Then you write to U for port A. For example, you write address AA, then in this line have to be write to U for port A 0xAA. Then they can go to the U4 port A function to write data to port A. Same thing. Write data to port B. Okay? And this is a function write U4 to port A. Okay? That means you can say right here, okay, write data, okay, read equal to 1, write equal 0 to write, A0, A1, that's for port A, okay, and then write U for port B, enable U1, read U for port B, okay, read U for port C, okay, so basically you just write that one into your program. Now, I try to say in the program here, on that one, we don't need read port A address, so they cannot read it. You don't want to read, you can leave in that in, no big deal. We're not using that. Okay, so write to control word, enable, write in for port A. Okay, and now if you go to the program, that will be deleted. The thing of that will be troubleshooting. Okay, that's number one. That is 1, 2, 3. Data 55. Write to port A. Enable 1. And you verify. It's very simple. Number 2. Data AA. Same thing. Okay, number 3. That U4. PIO port C. Output. That means you send data file to U4 port C. Okay. That's why you have to write a control word here. Okay. Set U4 port A out, B out, C out. Okay. And they're telling you write U0x55 U4 port C. Set dir equal 1. Data A, B. U6 enable. And you verify. Okay. And this another one. Then to AA. And now the next step, they'll say, I want that U4 port C input data file. That means you write to port C file, and port C will be read it back, telling you. Okay? And you're using the different control. 89. U4 port A out, B out, C in. Okay? That means port C now will be reading data. And the 6 will be the same. Memory. That memory, U5. Data file address AA. So you have to write a control word here. Okay? They will be port A out, B out. We don't care about C. We're not using C for memory. Write memory address A. Write memory data file. Okay? Write memory address file. Data AA. You can see right here. Apply memory address AA. Apply memory data file. Write to memory. Same thing we did before. However, the function apply memory address here, they will be in U4. Read data. Okay? Then you have to write a control word. SB. Okay? That means A out and B in. Then you apply address port A and you read memory port B. Okay? And that will be the same thing. Okay? So you can see that very simple then when we get too many different IC. Okay? Now, only what you need to do, understand, okay, the IC. Understand it before here. You can doing a lot of things more easy. The thing is inside U4, they get too many circuitry inside. Okay? Again, for now, I want to make sure you get the data here for U4. Data can coming in, data can coming out. Okay? And U4, they get port A, B, C, 8 bit. For H, you can control. A will go out, B go in, C go out, anything you want, depending on application. For example, that memory you're using port A, address can coming out only. Okay, so you program U4A out. And now port B, okay, you can program port B out for write data to memory. And when you reading data, U4 will be in. UC will not using for memory. So basically, you need one IC. You can say a lot of circuitry we did before. Okay. So any question, anything?
Can you scroll up on the schematic a little bit? So just to be sure, on U7, that is PD5.
U7 here, that means they connect into pin 5 here. Okay.
No, I'm talking, yeah, I'm PD5,
And
PD5, right? Okay.
yeah, that means PD5 connect U1, U5 pin 21, right?
Uh-huh.
Also connect to U7 pin 1.
So it connects to 21 and 20.
20 connect to pin 2.
Right. Okay, I just wanted to make sure of that. And
Yeah.
also again on IC 3, if you can scroll over there. It's PD1, PD2,
1, 2, 3.
and they're all PD.
Right.
Okay, not
PD,
PB.
not PB.
Okay,
I make
thank
a
you.
mistake.
People were asking me for clarification on that,
Okay, I can that.
yeah. So everything is PD as in dog on IC3.
Okay, I need to make a correction here. Oh. What the problem?
Probably protected. You put password.
Okay, let's see. The cell object you're trying to change is on protect C. I know. Okay, now let's see. I say change U3 pin 3 to PBPD.
From, yeah, 2PD from,
3.
yeah,
Okay,
there you go. Perfect.
not
There's a typo on change.
PB
Whoops.
03.
That's a R. You got PR03.
Yeah,
Oops. Now it's a D.
PB.
Yeah.
The thing is now, when change the schematic, take me more time. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Okay. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you. That will take care of that. I will change that, but change in the schematic, we'll see. Okay? Otherwise, make sure. Then
Up in the dialog box up top. You can change it easy.
is it correct, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, any more question? Anything? The thing after the you may have to try to get the program into that Excel. Okay,
Yeah.
for you, so you can copy, create new project, you can copy that. And I have to upload it right after the meeting.
Okay. Thank you. And it'll have the code in it and everything. Yeah.
Any more questions? Try to understand U4. That's a very, very good thing to understand. Later lab will be using 8255.
Woo!
That can say a lot of work. Instead, you get too many IC. We already done. Now try to understand. If you open your computer and you can see inside they get the IC 8255. However, new computer, they update this IC to doing more things they wanted.
Nice.
And
So you're gonna upload the recording as well?
yeah,
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
so any question, anything? Okay, otherwise I stop share here. Okay, so
Thank you.
we'll see you guys on Monday.
Okay, thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay,
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Good night.
bye.
Bye-bye.